What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Inside ACW. Of course, today I'm joined again by WillowWolf. Hello, Willow.
Hello.
So, guys, today we're going to be jumping straight into ACW Asylum episode 25. So, of course, we're going to jump straight in here, guys. First off, we had Layla versus Selena. Willow, thoughts on the match?
I enjoyed it, but I was disappointed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I was really disappointed in Selena's performance.
Ooh, yes. I think a lot of people were last night.
I expected a bit more from her, but she just didn't show up last night.
Oh, no, I completely agree. It was definitely a rough night for Selena. Layla, on the other hand, what a night for this young lady. Her second match in ACW and a very, very dominant win. Of course, I know I like to take the piss out of this girl by saying she doesn't give a damn about her bad reputation. Of course, but she showed that last night. It was absolutely brilliant, her performance. What do you think?
Oh, she had a fire lit inside her, and that was just it. The minute that bell rang, she was go.
Oh, 100% she was go. She was all over Selena. Literally, from what you say, from the minute the bell rang, that was it. It was go time. I don't think Selena even got a single move in during that match. If she did, I have to go back and rewatch that myself again. But of course, these are recorded, guys, right basically after the show. We're trying to run this on memory as best we can. But well, of course, I have to get your opinion on how you feel now. Because I know you're a big, big fan of Selena. How has this impacted your time now enjoying the Superstar? Do you still love her the way you did when you first seen her, or has that changed?
I still love how she looks and stuff, and I still believe that she can do great things if she lets herself.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think she has the confidence in herself at the minute. At the minute, it looks like she's going to be a jobber.
But like Daddy Kane,
A little bit, but
a little bit.
we all know how that turned out.
Exactly.
But, you know, I think she needs to start maybe training a bit more, gaining her confidence more. Otherwise, I can't see her going where I would love to see her to go. But she just, last night, I found it so hard to watch last night because I was like, I feel you can do so much better.
I definitely think she'd do a lot better than that, but so far this losing streak that she's on, it's not looking good for this young lady. As I said before, you know, she needs to start picking up these wins, or as you said moments ago, she will be jobbed out, and that's not the place you want to be. Yes, we did see the likes of Daddy Kane becoming the biggest damn superstar of all time, being a jobber at the start of his career, but that's never guaranteed to happen again. Like, Daddy Kane found lightning in a bottle last year.
Yeah.
That's never guaranteed to happen, and so far, Selena, she hasn't done anything. It was very, very disappointing for performance from her last night, especially in her first singles match.
Yeah.
But it's still early days. You know, it is what it is.
It is early days. I think we give her a bit more time to see how she gets on. But Layla, on the other hand, oh my god, her performance was just absolutely, I loved it. I did genuinely enjoy it. I would actually love to see her now with some mid-carders.
Ooh, any specific names in mind?
Ooh, Chica.
Chica, awesome. Ooh.
Chica has a fire lit under her recently that's like, can Layla match it? It would be just interesting to see her with some people that are a bit more established, just to see how she fares.
But do you not think, though, like someone like on Chica's level, especially where Chica is right now, do you not think that'd be a little bit too tough for Layla? I think that's, I don't know, like, Layla's very early on in her career right now.
But with that performance last night, not many that have just come in have put on a performance like that.
You make
and
a point.
It could be just a test, is it that Selena wasn't a compatible opponent? But, hey, who knows what ACW holds?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you heard it right here from the general manager. You never know what can happen in ACW. And hey, maybe sometime in the future you might see a victory from Selena. But of course, on that bad joke, let's move on to the next match. And up next, of course, match 2. It was DX taking on Chaos. Of course, Damien and Hunter taking on Abaddon and Draven. Willow, thoughts on the match?
I loved this match. It was just, I really enjoyed every second of it.
Definitely a surprise win, of course, for Team Chaos last night. But of course, well, what are your thoughts so far, though, on Damien Inlet and Hunter as a team in DX?
I'm really enjoying them. When I first seen them, I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't think that they matched. But, oh my god, have they just impressed from the minute they showed up. It's just been amazing.
How did you think of their performance last night?
Their performance was good. I did enjoy it. They flowed naturally together. It was just unfortunate that they did get the loss. But hey, I was the only one to vote for Chaos last night, so I did see something special in them.
This is true. Now, speaking of something special, you've been saying for weeks that Chaos has this game plan. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on this game plan you've been on about?
I genuinely believe that when Chaos arrived, they arrived with an attitude of going, right, we'll take our beatings, take a few losses, suss out the tag team division, suss out our competition, learn their moves and strats, and just turn it up in their heads and switch it on them. And I believe last night was the turning point for them when they went, okay, let's show them now what we're made of.
I definitely agree with that. Like, I don't know about the strategy of theirs, But I definitely felt last night it was the moment for Chaos that was like, okay, DX, they're so hot right now. And then something just snapped inside Chaos, and they just instantly destroyed, like out of nowhere, turned the match around and destroyed Damian Inler. Of course, then taking Hunter out of the equation to hit not one, but two Tombstone pile drivers on Damian Inler. That was brutal. What do you think of Chaos at that point? Do you think they went a little bit too far at the end of the match as well?
At the end of the match, I wasn't too happy, but I do believe it was their kind of message to the rest of the tag team division going, this is what we can do. Don't mess with us.
Yes, because guys, referring to the actual vicious attack by Abaddon and Draven. Of course, they deposited Hunter to the outside of the ring and then continued to beat the living hell out of Damian Inler. I definitely feel like, as you said, Willow, that this is definitely a message sent to the rest of the tag team division going, yeah, you thought we were useless and weak? Nah, we were just biding our time, as you would put it with your game plan. Definitely a great match between both teams. I'm looking forward to seeing more, and I definitely think one of these two teams has the potential to go on to some of the Asylum and potentially win the tag team titles. But of course, who knows what can happen this Thursday night? Do you think one of these teams could face off against the Usos?
Definitely, I can definitely see it. As to which one, I don't know. Not gonna
Who
lie.
would you prefer? Chaos.
Chaos. Like, I love DX, I do, but I don't know. Chaos just seemed to have stolen my heart. And
See, I'm more of a DX fan, personally. I love Chaos, but I'm more of a DX fan right now. They're kind of winning me a little bit more. But if you were to say one team is guaranteed to beat the Usos, because the Usos right now have been on an unstoppable roll. But if one team, and now truly from the heart, which one do you think could actually beat the Usos?
From the heart, at this point in time, probably DX.
Not
Damien has been phenomenal. Hunter's a great superstar, but Chaos, you know, they have been losing, whether it was a strat or not. I just don't know. But after last night, they're rising up. They're going, maybe they might prove me wrong in saying DX would be the one to take the Usos down. But hey, who knows? It's ACW. Anything can happen.
100%. And of course, up next, guys, match number 3, it was Alexandra taking on Allura. Of course, Allura not one bit happy about losing the Women's Inmate Championship inside Elimination Chamber. Willow, thoughts on the match?
I enjoyed this match. I really enjoyed seeing Alexandra and Allura give it their all. Do you know, there was no one being super dominant. It was back and forth, and it made people doubt, did I choose wrong? Did I pick the wrong person to win? And it was just, I kind of shocked myself because I realised last night I'm actually a really big fan of Allura. Like, it was always the Devil's Assassin, it was always Alexandra, and then last night I was like, no, I'm going to Allura tonight. And it was like, I'm just so happy that she won. And the two of them do make great champions, so that match last night just solidified that they're both amazing champions in their own right.
Alexandra, of course, so dominant as of late, but I felt like Allura's had so much to prove last night. You know, she had that fire, and I've been a fan of Allura ever since day one, of course, following her careers from the Twisted Sisters all the way up to the Women's Inmate Championship. Of course, then Rosa being still that thorn in her side with that women's cash-in, of course, the Signing the Bank briefcase, only then to win it back a literal week later after bursting into your office and demanding the match. And of course, then to lose it in the chamber was so heartbreaking. As a massive fan of Allura, it was so heartbreaking. But of course, Alexandra, again, guys, if you haven't seen Women's Evolution, make sure you go and check out the highlights. Alexandra launching herself off the top of the pod to crash down on Allura. She deserved that win that night.
Oh, she definitely did. No doubt there.
But of course, Allura last night with that performance, just beating the champion down. And like, both went back and forth, but Allura just wanted it that much more. You know, and I was so impressed by it. But I don't know. I don't think Allura has what it takes to win the titles on the line. There's always that one star that, even when, you know, you're ready for the championship, that someone's always that thorn on your side. And I believe Alexandra could be that thorn for Allura. Maybe we're going to see something in the future between these two, and I think that could be pretty damn entertaining.
Oh, it'll be very entertaining, because the two of them have this fire in them that's so different from the other's fire. Do you know, and they're just so brutal in their own ways, and they really know how to entertain in a match.
Oh, yes.
And when it comes to that belt, Alexandra is not going to give that up without one hell of a fight.
Oh, I completely agree. Alexandra is just she's something special. Like, she is the yardstick of ACW Gen 2's women division. Like, of course, you yourself, back in Gen 1, you were the yardstick, but Alexandra, no one is stopping her right now, because it took you a long time to gain both belts. Yeah. Alexandra's done it within the first 6 months of Gen 2. It's absolutely crazy the tear this young lady's on. But of course, don't forget, she does have Eliara inside Hell in a Cell this summer in this Asylum, of course, this weekend. But now I have a true question for you. Do you think this loss to Allura will affect Alexandra going into that match?
I think it might spark that fire even more.
Really?
You know, I think she went into that match going, I've got this, you know, I beat her in the chamber. You know, this is another win for me tonight, but I think it's going to drive her more going, okay, I need to step up. I need to keep my game on top and not let myself slip. So I don't think it's going to affect her. I think it's going to affect her in a good way, not a negative way.
So you think LAR is completely screwed now?
I don't want to say that, but I really hope, you know, that Alexandra just doesn't let it affect her. But at the same time, I really want LAR to win.
It's such a hard position because I know
it's a rock and a hard place.
Like we're both mega fans of Alexandra, but of course we really want to see LAR do something special. Like she's had so many opportunities now at the championship, and of course she's faced off again before against Alexandra, cheated out of it by Sloan, thanks to you. But we won't get into that tonight. But of course now she's finally getting a one-on-one. I don't know, I'm very, very excited for the match, but also Alexandra's playground. She is the Devil's Assassin. It is called the Devil's Playground, the Hell in a Cell structure. I don't know, I don't like LAR's chances in that match at all.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I just cannot wait to that match. Just to see how both fare. To see how Eliara fares over Alexandra. I think if Eliara gets that win, it's going to be such a turning point in her career.
Oh, definitely. But here's the question. If either Alexandra or Eliara wins, do you believe Alora's coming straight after them?
Oh, yes. Without a doubt. She is not going to let that belt go. She has that belt in her sights, and that's her goal, is to get that belt back.
So just think now, no matter who wins, if Alora goes after them and somehow wins it, that automatically puts her on the top of the pedestal, which actually would knock Alexandra down to becoming a 3-time champion this quickly in her career.
Let's see how it goes at the weekend.
All comes down to this weekend, guys. Do not miss Summer in the Asylum. Ooh, up next, our ACW Hardcore Championship match, Owen versus Malik for the Hardcore Championship in a first blood match. Willow, what are your thoughts?
I genuinely thought neither one of these men could bleed. I was like, what are they made of? They were being hit by so much, but nope. I thought it was never going to end, but I loved it.
Oh yes, it was a hell of a match last night. Like, as you said, it's like neither man complete. Even I was starting to think the same thing, going, lads, how much Vaseline did you put on? You know, and of course we see that the Team Extreme, of course, they wear their face paint as like a war mask.
Yeah.
Owen was chiseling away, like it's like he had a hammer and chisel, just tick, 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 away at that face paint, trying to get to the skin underneath. It was brutal, but of course Malik hitting, I believe it was 2 twists of face. I thought, that's it, he's done. But no, Owen came back, hit that huge kill switch. I was like, that's it, it's over. Nope. Both men just would not stop. But now, speaking of that, how do you feel Malik is as a champion? Because this was his first title defense last night.
I thought he did absolutely phenomenal. Like, don't get me wrong, at one point last night I was like, oh, Malik's not showing up. Do you know, because Owen was just being so dominant at the start of that match. But then it was just like a switch went, okay, you've had your fun, son. I'm going to show you how it's done. And he just took off. And I was like, do you know what? That is a champion that can... A champion can and needs to be able to take a beating, but also turn it around. And I was just so impressed by him last night. I was like, all I wanted to do was just kind of...
Give him a little clap.
Do you know? Go on, son. Go on.
I definitely agree. Malik's performance last night, I believe he definitely showed us the meaning of extreme. But there was also that little bit of desperation in there, I felt. I don't know, like after he won the championship, of course, in that backstage brawl, the ego of Alistair got in the way of that one. But again, he did defend it. He did show he was extreme last night. It was a great performance. Of course, using the entire outside as well in that match. He used that against Owen a lot. You know, Owen tried to turn it into a street fight. Malik said, you want a street fight? I'll give you a fight. It was brilliant. I definitely enjoyed it. But what about Owen? This is his first loss in a long time. He's been on a hell of a win streak. How do you feel it's going to affect him?
I'm hoping it won't affect him too much because his performance last night was wow. Do you know, like, he has been on a hot streak since he came to ACW, and yes, he may have lost last night, but he didn't lose easy.
No, he did not.
He gave it everything he had and more, and his loss was unfortunate. Do you know, it was like kind of a dirty way to win, but...
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, because in the first match, there's no rules.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know, and it was just, once Malik got him on the outside, that was kind of really it.
Yeah, he can't.
Do you know, it's like you kind of don't want to take Team Extreme to the outside because they really know how to get you there.
Exactly, they are Team Extreme for a reason.
You know, so, but no, this match, you know, like I was so impressed by Owen. Do you know, he kind of solidified that he can do great things, that he is willing to push himself to he physically can't go anymore. Do you know, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that drive. So I expect big things from him.
Big moment in the match last night for me was, and I could feel it. when he did it, of course, if you remember rightly, Malik kind of did, it's time to say goodbye, Birdie, mounted up and just hammer fist after hammer fist, of course, busting open Owen, winning the match. But just the moment, he kind of knew it in his own mind. It was kind of like a signature moment going, oh, by the way, everyone, this is over. Boom.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely fantastic. Like, when a champion can say, right, no more messing around, time to end this. Such a dominant moment.
Yeah.
You know, from anybody. It's like, even I was like going, whoa, that was pretty damn badass.
Exactly.
You
Like,
know?
when you think in it for the hardcore, you kind of gotta get dirty.
You do.
Do you know, it's not like your regular match in a ring. It's like you have to play dirty to keep hold of that title because you don't know what your opponent's going to do.
Yes.
And that's what I loved about Malik was he was willing to bring out that dirty side, not too early in the match, just when he was like, you know what, I'm done with you now. You know, you fought
Time to
well,
step it
you
up a
did
notch.
well, but I'm done now. You're boring me now, kind of thing.
Really?
That's what I think. And Malik kind of went, you know, you're kind of, I've taken everything you've got. You know, so it's time to move on.
Oh, I definitely feel different about that. I felt more it was Owen, of course, gave him the fight of his life last night, but I think Malik was just, okay, I'm done having a match now. I want to end this before this gets too far. Because I definitely think Owen was almost going to stay there. You don't think Owen had a chance last night?
And I think Owen could have had a chance, you know, but I just think Malik he wasn't letting that go.
Speaking of which, then, okay, do you think Owen's ready for a championship yet in ACW, or do you think he's still got a lot more to learn?
I think he's definitely well on his way. I don't think he's ready to actually hold that belt.
The hardcore belt or any belt?
The hardcore belt.
Don't
I
think he's ready
don't
for
think
hardcore.
he's ready for the hardcore just yet. I don't think he's, you know, ready for that constant having to defend.
Yes, there is a big threat behind the
Do you
hardcore
know?
championship.
But no, I do expect big things from him.
Of course, he did come out earlier on. I had a quick talk with him backstage yesterday. He did say his main goal is to hold every single championship in ACW at the same time. Last night was a big opportunity for that. For me, I think Owen's going to be a top star, but I still think it's a little bit too soon for him. I think he was putting all his eggs in one basket last night, feeling a little bit too cocky, went in there against a solidified superstar again. Oh, like, Malik's been a tag team champion already, and now hardcore champion. You know, his very first singles belt here in ACW would, as you said, he doesn't want to let that belt go. And Owen just went in there thinking, oh, I'm going to be the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. And Malik was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Not tonight, you're not.
I think Owen needs to bring his ego down a wee bit. Kind of, you know, you're not going to be ready for everything just yet. You're well on your way, son,
Oh, definitely.
but give it, you know, don't rush it.
Oh, 100%. And of course, with that, moving on, guys, up next, it was Lorna Gray taking on the number one contender for the Women's Inmate Championship, Eliara. Willow, thoughts on the match?
This match, I wasn't expecting the outcome.
No.
No, I thought Eliara has this in the bag, but no, Gray took it.
Gray definitely stole the win last night, because this one, there's not really much to talk about in this. It was very dominant from Eliara from the get-go. But of course, what I really want to talk about today is that ending. Such a brilliant shock. Eliara, of course, going for the guillotine, her signature submission maneuver. Gray shoves her away, avoids it, and boom, straight away with a chick kick, flattens Eliara. Completely puts her out, gets the 3 count. Such a stunning moment. Now, was that out of desperation, or did she see it coming?
I think she might have seen it I think she might have done her research when she knew she was up against Eliara this week. You know, I think she did her research and went, well, what's her moves? How can I counter her moves if I get the chance to counter? And she seen that chance. She took it, and I don't think Eliara seen that coming.
The chick kick, not a chance now.
Do you know, it happened so fast that I think Eliara just kind of got stunned, kind of going, nobody, what? Do you know?
Seeing stars just...
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, of course. Do you think also a factor is, like, you've got to remember, Sloane is probably Eliara's biggest rival in ACW at the moment. And Eliara cannot beat Sloane. No matter what she does, she cannot beat Sloane. Do you think Sloane's teachings helped out Gray last night?
Definitely.
You definitely think that was a factor?
Definitely. Do you know, like, Sloane and Eliara have gone at it a few times, and I just genuinely believe that Sloane would be like, this is what you need to do.
This is what you got to do to beat
This is
her.
how you know, what you need to do, keep on her and stuff. But I think Eliara went into this thinking that Lorna was going to be an easy win.
Yeah.
Do you know, she is very new to ACW, but Lorna is just stepping up. Every match she's in, she's improving each time.
Oh, 100%. I can't wait to what this young lady's going to do in the future. I can see definite championships round her waist at some point. You know what I want to see? I want to see her and Sloane go at it.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I would. Oh, I can't. I want to. I want
like a
that
student
match.
turns
I
on the
want
master?
Yes.
That would be pretty damn cool.
Do you know, just to see who's going to come out on top of that.
Yes.
Do you know?
It's like, I want to see Dive versus Damien, but I don't know. I think I want to see Lorna Gray versus Sloan more.
Yeah.
You know, you could definitely see that Sloan has had a massive impact already on Lorna Gray. But, you know, I want to see those two tear each other apart. But I also think last night that Eliara definitely was not thinking, as you said, oh, here comes a rookie, here comes a newbie. I'm going after the Women's Main Championship now this Saturday. That had definitely been on Eliara's mind. I think that's where she made the mistakes last night. And as you said, that shock, wait, what? Oh God, where am I moment?
Yeah.
And that's, of course, what lost the match. Now, I think with Eliara knowing what Lorna Gray can do, I think in a rematch, Eliara will wipe the floor with Gray.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. Do I think Eliara just kind of let her guard down? She has her mind so focused on that championship match that this was a match that she was like, it'll pass a bit of time, I think, in her own head, thinking, oh, it'll be easy enough, it'll be like training for me. And just the fact that Lorna just switched it on her, that she was like, I underestimated this match.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just hoping that this loss doesn't knock her confidence for us.
I know you definitely want to see Eliara win, of course, in Hell in a Cell. Like, guys, of course, we want you to let us know in the comments as well what your predictions are for Summon the Asylum this weekend. And, of course, guys, if you're listening to this after Summon the Asylum, let us know what you thought of the show. Of course, there'll be a separate, of course, Inside ACW episode about that pay-per-view as well. So, of course, share your thoughts on both sides. But, of course, now let's move on with the rest of last night's show. This is going to be interesting. Of course, guys, up next, it was Nathan Henderson, the current Asylum inmate champion. I keep having to tell myself that every week now because it's still unbelievable. But, of course, Nathan Henderson came out to the ring and demanded that his tag team partner, Cobra Kai, who, of course, Kai K&M, has been with him very much since the very early days of ACW. Yeah. Two very, very strong legacies here in ACW. Of course, Nathan Henderson, the son of Jacob Henderson, and Kai, of course, the son of Daddy K&M, both Hall of Famers. Of course, Nathan Henderson out there last night and telling Kai he wasn't cool. He wasn't part of the cool club and that he's not on his level anymore. Basically telling him, go away. Well, how does this make you feel last night?
This actually made me feel really angry.
Really?
Do you know, like, don't get me wrong. I was like, I get it, Henderson. You've got, you know, you got belts behind you now, but, you know, you can't turn your back on your friends. Mm-hmm. Like, Kai's been there through thick and thin for Henderson. Yeah, they had their wee spats earlier on, early days.
Hardcore championship times, yeah.
He's been there for him, and it's just the fact that how he spoke to him, the way he spoke to him, I was like, Kai's not beneath you. You're talking, you know, I think his ego has risen a little bit more. That he's like, oh, I'm champion now. Oh, go away.
He's kind of always been that way when it comes to Kai.
But I think this is just kind of, and I'm like, do you know, I don't think that was a good move.
Yeah, like, Paul Kai last night, I know I made several jokes, so I get this Paul Kid some aloe vera, because that was a hell of a burn.
My heart broke for him. I just wanted to take him, bubble wrap him, and hug him.
I think, though, this is going to light a fire in Kai. I think Henderson is going to rue the day that he kicked out Kai K&M. I think Kai now is gonna do something special now. I think he's gonna take this and be like, because he begged him last night for a chance. I'm like, Kai, what are you doing, dude? You're part of one of the greatest lineages here in ACW, and you've got all the talent in the world. I think Kai now needs to take this and remind Henderson, not anymore. I am not just cool, I am better than you. And I think what Kai needs to do is hit that gym just like his dad did and work his ass off. And what I think Kai needs to really do is come after Henderson after that inmate championship, whoop his ass, and then literally stand over him, loading that tongue, go, now who's cool? That's what I think Kai needs to do. You know, but what do you think?
No, I agree. I think, you know, like, I get why he was begging Henderson not to do this. They have to more or less been together since day one. Mm-hmm. They were like best friends, and it didn't seem like that was something they were ever discussing.
Yeah.
And I think it was just such a shock. He called Kai out, and Kai was like, oh, what's going on, buddy? And then boom, all this. He's like, hold on a minute. No, please don't do this. Do you know, I can work harder. I can train better and stuff like that. I think it was just more in that moment. He was just going, I don't want to lose my best friend.
Yeah.
But Henderson had it in his head. That's it. We're done, buddy. But I can see Kai taking this and going, do you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to prove that I am not the weak link and that you need me
more than I
and
need
that
you.
You'll come crawling to me before I come crawling back to you.
Oh, definitely. I know a lot of people as well in the chat were very upset with Nathan Henderson. Some people find it pretty funny, and to be fair, so did I. But this same time, when the dust kind of settled after the comedy moments of it, I think a lot of people were like, wait a minute, did that just happen? So, of course, guys, if you have any thoughts on the breakup of Nathan Henderson and Cobra Kai. We've been thinking, feel free to let us know in the comments, because as I said, we have been saying this for weeks, they kind of should go separate ways, but we didn't actually see it coming. We just discussed it, and then all of a sudden, it's now actually happened. I'm starting to think Nathan Henderson listens to this show.
I didn't see it coming the way it came.
No, I maybe thought, I might lose a couple of matches, maybe, or I might even, I don't know how it was going to happen, but I'm very shocked that it happened this quickly. And of course, guys, here we go with the final match, the main event of the night. Nathan Henderson now officially taking on the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, the Golden Child, Alistair. Willow, thoughts on the match?
I did enjoy this match. This match had shocking moments in it, but it was one of those matches, like, it was main event material.
Yes.
It was so back and forth that you were like, will Henderson lose? Will he win? Will Alistair lose? Will he win? I don't know anymore, because they're both dominant each in separate points of the match.
Oh, definitely, absolutely fantastic. I love what Alistair did at the very start of the match. Of course, Henderson got the victory the week before over the world champion, the Beast, from these Dante. And of course, he came out wearing that t-shirt, the Beast Slayer.
Oh, that was such
That
a
was
stab.
so good.
I loved it.
It was brilliant, but it also felt like a stab at the world champion. Of course, those two facing off at the pay-per-view as well. But like, that was like a message sent to Dante, but also, hey, Henderson.
I think he was trying to get it in Henderson's head, because Henderson beat him, and he was like, what are you doing? I'm the one that beat him. But no, I don't think it stayed in his head too long, because Henderson was phenomenal.
He was phenomenal, of course, but that's what I love about Alistair. I love Alistair's personality. This man is just a kook. But of course, I definitely want to talk about that main point in the match, the end point, how Alistair, of course, was defeated. I know, spoiler, but of course, we're going to tell you what happened, and then we're going to talk about how he got there. So, of course, Henderson took Alistair to the outside and speared him through the barricades. This was brutal. Now, of course, I'm not happy about this at all, because there was children in the attendance last night. Anything could have went wrong during this moment, but this is what I definitely think Henderson has truly snapped. Like, obviously, between getting rid of his own best friend, his own tag team partner, his ego there, and of course now with the Beast Slayer thrown on top of that, getting that win over the world champion, of course, I think that was his moment of going, I just don't care anymore, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I do. I will agree with you on that. It's like, since he's got that belt, it's like a whole new Henderson. It's not the Henderson that we first met. It's like, where is this attitude coming from? It's like magnified. And he seems more aggressive, more that I am the best. I can do what I want, I will do what I want, and no one's going to stop me. But hey, buddy, enjoy fixing that side of the ring.
I do agree, that's definitely coming out of his paycheck. But as you just said that, when we first met him, he was this fun-loving, just happy to be here kind of guy, And then, of course, once he started getting championships, as you said, his demeanor just changed so quickly. It's more aggressive, excited, but more over-eccentric, really. Because, again, with that ego, it's ridiculous at the moment. But Henderson, of course, hit, what was, I believe, not one, but two famouses last night. And they were pretty damn hot. They very quickly out of nowhere as well. But Alistair just went, no. Instantly no-sold that thing. And that's why I think that's what sent Henderson towards the edge to do something so drastic as spearing through the goddamn barricade. And of course, that count-out victory, not a nice way to win. No one thinks that's the right way to do it, especially in the main event. I'm not happy about that finish either, but, it is what we got to do. But of course, Henderson with the win. How do you feel about Henderson winning last night? Do you feel good about that?
I am happy that he's won. But, I would have liked to have seen Alistair maybe pick up the win last night. But especially, I'm not happy with the fact that nobody's happy with a count-out win.
No.
It's like, come on, it's a desperate win.
Well, I don't know, Henderson seemed pretty happy about it last night.
He was happy, he speared him through, the side of the ring, barricades and stuff, and I was like, oh wow. My jaw hit the floor, I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But it was just, I don't know, I think Henderson is reaching this new level of attitude going, who's next?
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you see Henderson going after the World Championship?
I do.
Do you think he could beat Dante again?
I think so. I think maybe, I'm not 100%, but he's beat him once already, so I can't see why he can't do it.
Of course, I want to wish best of luck to Alistair, and hopefully he is 100% for that main event at Summer in the Asylum. Again, taking on the Beast, because if you're not 100%, just don't show up. It's not worth it, because the Beast will take you to, as they like to say, Suplex City, bitch. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait for that main event. But of course, guys, that is it for another episode of Inside ACW. Thanks so much, Willow, for joining me today. You look forward to Thursday night?
I can't wait.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this show, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more episodes of ACW. And of course, check out the best matches from ACW. Of course, you've got the Nathan Hennessy versus Cobra Kai back there as well, and many, many more. Of course, that mentioned because the favorite of a lot of people right now. Definitely one of the greatest matches you go and check out. Of course, guys, feel free to leave a comment down below. And of course, follow us on all our socials. Myself and Willow both stream on Twitch weekly. Willow, of course, you stream every
Wednesdays and Sundays.
And of course, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, guys. But of course, make sure you check out ACW live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9. But as always, inmates, stay crazy.
Stay psychotic.
Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.